Spotlight Interviews are brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, operating 30 Napa Auto Parts stores across the state of Maine. Find a Coastal Auto Parts Napa near you at capnapa.com.
So we'll kick it off with Keith Drost in the 74 Super Street. Last time we saw you guys out here, Keith, you and Kevin Sherman had a wild battle for the lead for quite some time until you didn't. Tell us your take on it.
Well, it was a little rough. I guess today we're going to be good boys, go out and get a win. How's that?
That sounds pretty good. What happened? You kind of got locked on top of his car, and all I heard was somebody was mashing on the throttle, and it looked pretty wild.
It was pretty wild, yeah. Yeah, it was. I guess our cars got hooked up and climbed over each other, so I'm sure it looked pretty good from your view.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting, and we want to put on some entertainment for the fans, so it certainly did just that. Was there a lot of damage to the car?
There was underneath. A lot of the front end parts was damaged, but that's why we didn't come back out. But she's ready to rock this afternoon.
All right, and Kevin's here as well in the 11, so I'll probably go catch up with him. You guys are on good terms now?
We haven't talked, but I'm sure we will be. Yeah.
All right, Keith Drost, good luck today. All right, now I got the 72 Pro Stock of Charlie Colby, and Charlie, you didn't make a Boss Hog attempt, did you?
No, we was gonna try it with this, but we've been struggling with this car all summer long, so we figured it wouldn't pay us to do it, so we didn't bother.
Yeah, certainly. We missed you on the Boss Hog 150, so you've had some issues. Have you gotten them figured out today?
Today, I think we got it figured out. She's going a lot better today, so we changed some front shocks, so hopefully we got her.
All right, Charlie, feeling pretty good in practice?
Yeah, looked good in practice. Car felt good all day, so we'll see what we got for him tonight.
All right, boss. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Kevin Sherman. I just caught up with Keith Drost. You know, kind of like you told me earlier. It's just like, I think you guys are giving me the vanilla version. You know, it was like give and take between the two of you. What kind of damage did your car sustain from that night?
Just had some, broken fenders, nothing crazy. Actually drove over the top of my radiator cap, and that was compromised. I did need to have the neck welded back on. That seems to be going okay. We got a leak in the radiator still, but we changed the cap. Hopefully that fixed it. So nothing crazy.
Yeah, where do you start today? Because that night you and Keith started right on the front row. I think right from the get-go, and it was wild right off the bat. Where are you guys starting tonight?
I don't know that yet. I would say probably first, second row, something like that, because of the handicap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 2 features for you guys tonight. So you're gonna bring it home a lot cleaner than the last one.
I'd love to. I'd love to bring a W home, and I just want everybody to have a good race. I'm not out there to wreck anybody. What happened last 2 weeks ago was unfortunate, and I hold no grudges. I think that it was mostly my fault, but I'm just here to have fun. Let it fly,
All right, Kevin. Hey, I've always wondered, what's the relation with you and Norm? Is Norm your dad?
Norm is my father, yes.
Norm's used cars, right?
My whole life, actually.
He's been your dad your whole life? That's insane. So do you work at the family business, or what do you do?
I have periodically. He's getting close to retirement, so that conversation's happening some more. My sister's been dedicated for a long time, so we'll see what happens.
You look like you could sell some used cars. You have the face of a salesman to me.
Have
you sold some used cars before?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty honest though. Some people don't really care for that, but I don't want anybody having a bad day. I'm pretty straightforward guy.
All right, Kevin, have fun tonight. Double features for the Supers.
Thank you. Let's let it go.
Oh, Kevin Douglas. What was off with the car for the Boss Hog race? Just cutting straight to the chase here.
Starting in the back kind of screwed us a little bit from the get-go, and it's just really hard to come up from there, and just overdriving it a little bit to try to make the ground you need, and it just got too free. I used up the tires too much, and when you only have 3 cautions, it's really tough to do. So just wasn't our day.
Where'd you end up finishing?
I think 10th. So 24th to 10th. It was okay. I was exhausted. The car was a handful, but it was fun. So I'll take it.
Yeah, in maybe some years prior, there might only be like 15 cars that finished the race, but geez, I think maybe only 2 or 3 cars that started didn't finish. Like, it was still all the cars from start to finish.
Yeah, it makes it tough. You got cars spread out all the way around the track, and you never really get a break. So, only having a few cautions, and there was a lot of good cars there too. So, if we would have started up front, maybe we would have had a little better day because you can ride a little bit more than you can when you start in the back. But when you start in the back, it's just like you kind of have to try to hurry and get there, but then again, you still have to try to save your stuff, and we just missed that a little bit.
Well, top 10, certainly better than the year prior, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. The car's in one piece and not all, didn't knock the front clip off it, so I'll take that.
All right, have fun tonight, Kevin.
Thank you.
See ya. Yeah, Josh St. Clair, we were really hoping that you could, take one for the team, get the weekly racers in victory lane, and then Ryan Kuhn just out of nowhere with 2 to go. Tell us about those closing laps.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to think about it. I think that I wouldn't change much, honestly. I made a bleeder adjustment before the race to keep my tires from getting too far away from me and getting too much stagger. And every time we had a caution, I think it shrunk my stagger a little bit, and it progressively got to a point where it was really, really tight. And I over-adjusted with rear brake, trying to get it to turn. And I can't adjust it while racing, so I do it under caution. And once I got going there, it killed it. And then Kuhn was good on that long run, and I just was not good. So it sucked, but I don't know what I would have changed. It just didn't work our way at the end. That's all.
Did he have to move you off the bottom to get under there?
Yeah, I weren't gonna let it. I know enough about this place to not give the bottom. He moved me, but that's the name of the. If I shut the door, I'm just getting junked, and I'm getting 24th. So it's just. I tried to get back to moving back. I hope the hometown partner here, Jamie, was in between us I was hoping he was going to wait one more lap to move out of his way. But no, the kid, he used me and he didn't move me out of the way. I mean, didn't spin me out of the way, just moved me out of the way. So I have really no complaints about the race. It was a great day. The car was really fast and just come up short, that's all.
All right, Josh, have fun tonight.
Thanks, bud.
James Osmond, do you race with those glasses?
I do now, yeah. I can't live without them now. I didn't realize what I was missing.
Well, how recent is this?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, you went to the eye doctors and got some glasses?
I got a piece of metal in my eye, and he ground it out with a little Dremel, and it just didn't get any better. I raced 100 without them, and a little spot mirror, I couldn't see, maybe a shadow. I didn't know if anybody was there. But anyway, I went back, he did an eye test, and he's like, we can get you to 20/20. I'm like, let's do it, because I can't see anything. So here I am, wearing glasses.
Wow. Where'd the piece of metal come from? Racing?
Working on a car. Just flew off the grinder and went in the color of my eye, and they had to pluck it out and grind it. So.
Was that working on a car for your boss at Coastal Race Fabrication?
Yeah. I don't remember whose car it was. I think it was that 50 car. I don't even know. It's been a month and a half now, so.
Oh, man. Did you even have contacts before that, or your eyes were always fine?
No, they were never fine. I just dealt with it, and it just has been getting worse because I'm almost 42 now, so, just age.
All right, so out there in practice then with 20/20 vision, how's it? You see more on the track?
I see everything. Like, the first week, I saw a screwdriver on the track, and I was like, holy crap, there's a screwdriver in turn 4, and I would have never seen it before. I would have ran it over before. But I can see every crack, every crevice, rock. I mean, it's quite a difference, for sure.
All right, and so you got 4th in the last Super Street race, and then Brett was dealing with power steering issues?
Yeah, he was getting ready to set outside of me, and he said when he got outside, he just couldn't turn anymore, so he just settled for 10th or so. He's had power steering issues since the 100-lapper, and I think it's cost him a couple trophies. So we got it fixed now, got a new pump on it again, and we found a vibration at a bent drive shaft, so I think he's in good shape today. So.
All right, Brett and James Osmond, have fun tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Landon Tapley, you drew the short straw tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
For the 25 car, you guys got short straw on the roof, so you've always got a different driver. Is this going to be your first ever Super Street race?
Yeah, this will be the first time this is only the second day I've ever been in this car. Yesterday we practiced it, and we're definitely faster than we were yesterday, so I'm happy.
All right, it is 4:08 as we do this interview, and I think Will Collins has been telling me he's on his way for the last hour and a half. Come on, tell me the real story here.
They wanted to get the car perfect. He's his first time this pro stock seen the track in probably 7 years, so he wants to get it perfect. So he should have been here a little earlier, but it's all right. You want to have it perfect. You don't want anything to mess up.
Yeah, I got some numbers that I cut for him and some more graphics. We'll be lucky to just get the numbers on at this point. So to the fans in the stands right now, we're less than an hour till race time, and Will Collins is still on his way with his new pro stock. It may or may not have some numbers on it, but Landon, how do you think you're going to do in the Super Street tonight? And you got 2 chances. You plan on doing double features?
Yeah, we plan on running both, but for both of them, we're just gonna run in the back. It's the first time racing out with these guys, and I don't, want to tear it up. It's not technically my car, so I'm just running it for the day, and I'm just gonna putt. And if I get up to people, I'm gonna try to go around them, but if not, whatever.
All right. One more thing, Landon. So last time I interviewed you, remember I kind of said, like, I see you get put in 3 wide situations, and you just like, nope, I'm out. I saw it last week in the Boss Hog, big time. You were running up front, man. You were looking good, and then they put you 3 wide, and you were like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I don't like being put there. I just in that 3 wide stuff sometimes. You end up in the wall, and I don't want that, and I don't want to work on the car every week. Neither does my stepfather. So, just backing out of it's probably the best decision, and we kept it home in one piece. But hopefully we'll be able to stay up there, not get put 3 wide.
Yeah, certainly. It was good stuff. Good to see you run up front for a little while on Boss Hog weekend, and have fun tonight, Landon.
Thank you.
All right, I'm back in a familiar location in the middle on this golf cart with Nick Calvert and Logan Melcher. I'll start with Nick. I think you had a little bit worse of a Boss Hog run than Logan. Tell me about your Boss Hog race, Nick.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't draw well, so we got put back in the heat. Got tangled up a little bit in the heat race. Went for a little spin. Went on the Consi. Was running 4th. Unfortunately, got into Brett and spun Brett out for the transfer spot. I wish they threw the caution. I would have done the gentleman's rule and tapped out because that's not the way I wanted to get the spot. I wanted to pass him on the outside. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen that way for me. And then in the race, just trying to ride around for the first 75 laps, and then the little wreck happened in front of me. I locked up and hit some concrete.
Oh, yikes. You did hit? Oh, yeah, you did hit concrete with Andy Gilbert. He was right in front of you on that, too.
Yeah, I hit the concrete, and then I ended up putting the 17 up on my nose. When I did that, we bent 3 of the 4 motor mounts in my car. So that ended our night.
Sorry to hear that, Nick. You got everything dialed in tonight?
I hope so. We're still making sure we got everything good. It seems pretty decent in practice. Not as fast as I'd like to be, but I'm still trying to chase down the 41 over here.
And so, Logan Melcher, how was your Boss Hog 150?
That was pretty good. I mean, I drew a terrible draw because I always draw terrible draws. It's just the nature of the beast. That's what I'm good at. But managed to get a bunch of spots in the heat. Started like 16th or so in the feature. Just same thing as him. Just want to cruise around at the beginning, save some tires, long race. And I'm notorious for taking out tires. And I was underneath the car early in the round, and he put me through the infield. So now I was having to play defense early. And the leader's coming. Josh is laying down heat. So I knew he was going to be right behind me shortly. I was just begging for a yellow, and I finally got the yellow. But it happened 2 cars in front of me. So that same wreck that caught Nick, I got caught right in the back. It ripped my rear quarter up, ripped my rear bumper off. We had to pit, fix it all up, come back out in like 27, 28. Not good. It was very bad. And just have to aggressively work our way forward. And the problem is when you have to work your way forward after lap 50, you're just chewing the tires off it. So we got up to 11th. That's really not bad. I can't complain. I'm not sad about it. The car was free. Everybody was getting free. It just who's not as free as the guy in front of them. That was the name of the game. But there's no outside groove last week. But I guess they treated the track, so we should have a nice outside groove today. We should have 2 solid grooves of racing. Should be fun.
Wait. Hold up. What? They treated the track?
Oh, yeah, they gave her a spray. That good old NASCAR stuff. What's it called? PJ1? I don't know. Hopefully it's PJ Go Fast because the outside is going to be a very important tool today.
Wow, I had no idea about that. I always thought that Richard and Vanessa were against it, but evidently enough drivers have been talking and wanting them to do it finally.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, you watch a bunch of cars just trying to fight for the bottom. It's not as good a racing, and it leads guys using bumpers a lot more. So, in the sake of good racing and clean racing, it is a wise. You don't have to goop the snot out of it. You just gotta just give it a little bit, just to make the outside groove competitive, not preferred. And I think that's what they did. It felt better in practice.
Wow. All right. Pretty interesting stuff tonight. To the fans in the stands, be on the lookout. We might see some more passing on the outside tonight.
If you are a Subaru enthusiast and you haven't shopped Norm's Used Cars in Wiscasset, you are missing out. Norm's Used Cars specializes in previously enjoyed late-model, low-mileage Subarus, all hand-picked and meticulously gone over to be like new to you. And with over 100 Subarus on the lot starting at $49.95, they have a great selection too. Experience the difference at Norm's Used Cars.
That's not the norm. Farm. That's Norm's Used Car.
If you've been injured in an accident, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein today. Talk to us confidentially and free. Find out why we are Maine's most recognized personal injury law firm. Over 25,000 victories for Maine families and over $500 million collected for injured Mainers. Get the help you need and the justice you deserve. Dial 207-CALL-JOE. There's never a fee unless you win. Call Joe today and get the Bornstein advantage.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illness. We honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation. Community-focused. Community-driven. Call or go online to see how you can be the help your community's waiting for.
Time to consider your future begins today. Entry-level trade positions now starting at $23.50 an hour and up to $28.19 an hour with experience. Same incredible benefits and career growth opportunities from high school graduation to an exciting career change. This is your time.
Join the legacy.
And with that, a good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back home to Wiscasset Speedway. We are here on week 21 of the 2023 season as we are heading into the home stretch. Point titles are starting to come into focus, and all the other good things that come with the season-ending awards as well. People are starting to etch their names into important pieces of history here at Maine's biggest and fastest. We have Group 1 in action for you tonight. And that includes the Brackets Market four-cylinder pros who make the way onto the track to start the evening. There are Spotlight Division tonight. Also in action, the Norm's Used Cars Pro Stocks, the Sweats Concrete Thunder 4 Minis, and the Goslin Insurance Super Streets have double features this evening to help them make up one of their lost races. So we'll fill you in on more of that as we get going, but we have 6 cars that answer the bell here for... Actually, 7 cars that answer the bell here for the start of this one. Going to wave off the initial start of this one and allow the 19 car to make her way back up to the end of the field. Up on the front row, we've got the number 70 of Taylor Lane. To her outside will be the number 77 of Reed Reno. On row 2, it's Jack McKee and the number 28 to his outside. Your point leader is in car number 7. That is Ben Burgess. Close behind in points and always a strong contender, one of the top winners in the class, the 117 of Josh Hall. To his outside, Jacoby Thacker in car number 51. And Chastity Shorty in car number 19 fills out the field here for your Brackets Market four-cylinder pros. 10-lap heat to go along with their 25-lap Spotlight feature race tonight at Wiscasset Speedway. And as we get ready to get things cranked up, I'm going to turn things over to my partner in crime, Mr. Nick Huff.
Boogity, 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 let's go racing. Brackets Market, four-cylinder pros. And look at that 2x2 formation. The entire field still staying tight down the back chute. Reed Reno has a slight advantage, and remember, we've got some traction compound on the top side tonight. So it looks like Reed Reno is putting it to use at the moment, keeping Taylor Lane pinched down. And he is just about clear down the back chute. Going into turn 3, Reed Reno has cleared Taylor Lane and putting the 77 up front. As we talked about in the pre-race interviews with Logan Melcher, telling us how they put some traction compound up in the second groove tonight, certainly going to make the side-by-side racing more interesting this evening. Reed Reno pulling away. Ben Burgess has climbed into second. Josh Hall to follow. Now it's between Taylor Lane and Jack McKee looking to the top side of her. Single file formation, bumper to bumper. Reno, Burgess, and Josh Hall have been filling out our podium much of the events this season. And they're looking to do no different tonight, but Reed Reno, remember, he's finished in the top 3 in every single event, but still seeking that first career win. It'd put him off to a great start if he could pick up this heat race win tonight. They're not really catching him. Ben Burgess still staying about 2 car lengths behind, not closing up the gap on Reed Reno, so could Reed Reno be a heat race hero here? Just 3 more laps left. Well, they're starting to close it in now. Maybe with 3 to go, they're turning up the wick. Ben Burgess and Josh Hall are really hounding that rearview mirror now. Reno's got 2 laps to hold him off. Garrett McKee Jr. No, that's Jack McKee Jr. has gotten around Taylor Lane and up to 4th now. He probably would have something for that top 3 bunch, but they've gotten away quite a bit out of sight, so we got 1 lap left. Reed Reno all about the defense now. Staying glued to that bottom. Ben Burgess is going to look to the top side going into 3. 2 more corners left. Looks like Reed Reno might hold him off. Certainly some exciting stuff there.
Pace car will pull in Andy Gilbert and the 07 of Nick Calvert.
First of 2 heats for the Pro Stocks, brought to you by Norm's Used Cars. And we had the chit chat with Nick Calvert earlier. And he's looking like he's got things dialed in tonight. He clears Andy Gilbert and already puts a car length in between them. Make that 2. Nick Calvert pulling away. Andy Gilbert sitting quite comfortably in 2nd at the moment, but here comes Charlie Colby. He clears Miller Buzzell to put the 72 up to 3rd now. Charlie Colby reeling in the 17 for 2nd as Nick Calvert checks out from the pack. His best lap time is a 15 flat. Nick Calvert able to turn consistently 15.0 second lap times in the 07. Halfway flags are out, 5 to go. Charlie Colby is going to try to experiment with that 2nd groove compound. Putting the right sides in the traction stuff, but hey, Andy Gilbert's going to give him the bottom this time. Andy Gilbert not messing around, evidently. He's just going to open up the inside for Charlie Colby, but Colby last time around clipped the curb and messed up his corner 4. This time he's going to take advantage of it and bring the 72 up to the inside of Gilbert. Back for 4th and 5th, Miller Buzzell trying to hold off Jamie Wright. A lap and a half to go for Nick Calvert. He looks like he's got it in the bag with a half a straightaway on Colby now up to 2nd, taking it away from Gilbert. It is Nick Calvert. Charlie Colby, he hits the curb out of turn 2 once again, but he hangs on and looks like he's got 2nd wrapped up. Coming to the checkered flag. We're going green. And we are 2 by 2. Douglas and Hinckley putting on a show. Evidently, the second groove traction not quite working so well for Hinckley. Kevin Douglas is going to clear, as well as Josh St. Clair for second. Now Logan Melcher wants to get to the inside of Hinckley. Close quarters up front between Douglas and Josh St. Clair. You could barely fit a paper in between their bumpers, and now St. Clair with a crossover to the top side. St. Clair is still working on the top. He's going to bring it just about wheel to wheel on the outside of Douglas. He tucks it back in line, not working so well on the high side at the moment. This time around, we got 5 laps to go with Douglas in command. Will Collins in his brand new Pro Stock, given the signal to move over and let the racers, let the leaders race on through. Here comes Douglas and St. Clair. Still side by side for third. Melcher and Hinckley really putting on a good show for that top 3 spot. Will Collins pulls up to let Douglas and St. Clair through. Melcher cannot clear Hinckley as of yet. Racing side by side for 6 or 7 laps nonstop. Will Collins coming up in front of him might put a curveball in the situation. They've got a lap and a half to go. Douglas this time is going to see the white. Logan Melcher finally clears Nick Hinckley. Hinckley back to 4th. Dan McKeag Jr. rounds out your top 5, and the checkered flag waves. Right off the bat, we got a missed shift by the 42. Ricky Austin sets up a train reaction with Jocelyn getting into his rear bumper accidentally, but everybody makes it around just fine, and we're racing. Ricky Austin lost 3 or 4 spots with that mishap, but now they're 2 by 2 for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As the 88 Donnie Fletcher tries to check out. We got 3 wide action mid-pack. Gunnar Jocelyn, Ricky Austin, and Ryan Stillwell in the 81 shuffled all the way to the top 3rd groove side and loses a couple spots there as well. This is the first of 2 Thunder 4 mini heat races. Now it's a battle for 2nd. Mickey Landry and Gunnar Jocelyn just about bumper to bumper. Once again, Donnie Fletcher checking out from the pack. The 89 wants a piece of the action. That's Mike Landry and Ricky Austin making a comeback as well. They are all bumper to bumper and everybody trying to stay glued to the bottom, but the 89 kind of gets shuffled up out of it. 5 to go. I don't think Mike Landry wanted to go to the top groove, but he had some help and now he's stuck up there. He's going to go to the top side of Jocelyn. Can he make it work? There's a little traction compound up in there, so come on, Mike Landry, make it happen. Oh, and he does. Mickey Landry kind of slows up on the front stretch, and Mike Landry passed 2 cars in 1 straightaway. Nice job by Mike Landry in the 89. Went from 4th to 2nd in less than a lap. Gunnar Jocelyn moves up to 3rd. Ricky Austin gets by as well, and it just seems like Mickey Landry in the 7 now is off his pace quite a bit. Ryan Stillwell is going to work on him as well to try to crack the top 5. We got 2 laps left for Donnie Fletcher. And this time going into one, Mike Landry washes up awfully high, giving up that bottom groove to Gunnar Jocelyn. Landry still holding on to the second spot, but Jocelyn has a nose in there, and we got 1 lap left for Fletcher. Jocelyn's gonna make the pass. White flag in hand. Gunnar Jocelyn up to second. Now Mike Landry trying to hold on for a top 3 with Ricky Austin knocking on the door. Donnie Fletcher is going to pick up the easy win in this first heat. Oh, we got a 3-wide race to the finish. Yeah, it was actually Kyle Willett with some issues, and he already headed pit side. Now we got trouble with the 81. That's the Hurricane, Cooper Jones, and he's not looking so good right now, trying to get to the pits. So while Cooper Jones tries to limp it to the pits, we've got a pretty tight battle with only 3 cars. Derek Cook, Shane Weber, and Zach Audette really putting on a show. It's the Squirrel. Shane Weber in the 7, putting it up front. Zach Audette tries to follow on the bottom side with Derek Cook hung out to dry in the 88. Kyle Willett rejoins a couple laps down. And Derek Cook is going to file, well, he thought about filing in single file, but they're bumping up there with Shane Weber and Zach Audette slowing their pace and allowing Cook to get back up on the high side of Audette. They continue to bump a little bit for the bottom groove, and Derek Cook is going to try to capitalize, keeping the 88 strong on the high side of Audette. Now there's single file, and they've got halfway through this race. Oh, Audette moving Shane Weber up, and Weber fighting back. He says, "This is my groove. I'm staying down here, and Zach, you're going to have to pass me on the top." They're not giving up, though. We might only have 3 cars, but they are putting on a great show. Bumper to bumper, and Cook is just seeing if he can make something happen on the top side, because that's the only way to go right now. These guys are glued right down to the apron. Shane Weber, last year's Thunder 4 champion. They call him the Squirrel. He is holding them off. And we've only got 2 laps left in this second heat. Once again, Derek Cook trying to capitalize and go to the top, but evidently the traction compound not quite as sticky as some may have hoped. Cook unable to make it work. White flag in hand. Bumper to bumper for the top 3. Everybody glued right down to the inside curb. More bumper banging going on into 3. Can the Squirrel hold him off? Coming to the checkered flag. It's Shane Weber.
All right, your lineup for this one. We'll have Keith Drost at the point in car number 74. To his outside to be the 0-3 of Morris Young, a 7-time Wiscasset champion. Then comes the number 58 of David Greenleaf out of Wiscasset. To his outside, Kevin Sherman in the 11 out of Woolwich. The number 31, Chris Burgess out of Hartford. To his outside, the reigning Super Street champion, Brett Osmond in the 50. His dad starts inside next row, James Osmond in the 05. Nick Morton is in the 00. Then you got Bubba Pelton and Mark Lucas back there on row 5. Behind them, Kenny Harrison and the point leader, Josh St. Clair in the 33. Most recent winner, Noah Haggett in the 54. Michael Harrison making his return to Wiscasset in the 85. Landon Tapley is in the 25. And Jeff Davis in the 1.
We're going green. Healthy field of super streets tonight. And after this will be intermission. Instead of a heat race, they have double features, and this is the first of 2. Keith Drost clears Mo Young and puts the 74 car up front. David Greenleaf wants to fill the inside before Mo Young can get down there, and he does. Greenleaf puts the 58 up to second. And Mo Young gets down there as quick as possible. Threading across the nose over Brett Osmond. Now in 4th with Kevin Sherman rounding out your top 5. Nick Morton staying on the top side in the 00. Just outside the top 5 now, knocking on the door. Then you have the 31 of Chris Burgess in 7th. We got a little bit of a 6-car breakaway, and then you've got a gap between Chris Burgess and the rest of the field. Burgess kind of on defense mode right now. He's got Pelton and Osmond all over the back bumper. Pelton now up tight in the 27. And then Osmond has faded from the outside. He's fallen back to battle side by side with Kenny Harrison. Harrison gets by on the inside. Bubba Pelton trying to work the top side of Burgess, but Harrison trying to capitalize and leave Pelton hung up there with nowhere to go but forward. So Pelton better make this work on the outside of Burgess. Great battle for 7th place on back, but go back up to the front. It is still Keith Drost leading the way over David Greenleaf. Mo Young holding off Brett Osmond, and they're side by side for 4th and 5th. Make that 5th and 6th. Nick Morton makes the high side work around Kevin Sherman, and he puts the 00 into the top 5. Everybody going around the high side of Chris Burgess. Bubba Pelton has gotten by. Kenny Harrison. Now Josh St. Clair gets around Chris Burgess. They're double file behind him with James Osmond and Noah Haggett. Chris Burgess held him off for as long as he could, but 3 cars have gotten by in the meantime. Pelton up into 7th. Kenny Harrison 8th. Josh St. Clair 9th. Here comes Noah Haggett, your most recent Super Street winner, trying to crack the top 10 away from Chris Burgess. There's contact coming out of 2. Burgess gets sideways and hangs onto it, but he's going to lose a few more spots. Wow. Nice save by Burgess, but he's going to fall way back in the 31 car as James Osmond and Michael Harrison get by. Back to the front we go. Battling for 2nd and 3rd. Maurice Young and Brett Osmond. Osmond working the top side now. Trying to take 3rd away from Maurice Young. Whoa, there's a little contact there. A hit out of turn 4. But Brett Osmond hangs onto it and takes 3rd away from Mo Young. Nick Morton is starting to reel him in. Rounding out your top 5 in the 00. He's closing in ever so slightly on Mo Young. Halfway flags are posted. Will this race go caution-free? We are 15 laps in, 15 to go for Keith Drost in the 74. We got a yellow. We got some trouble with Nicole Benincasa and Andy Caherl in the 19.
Green flag is out. Jeff Davis jumps up out of line to let folks race through. In the meantime, up front, a little scramble there coming out of turn 2. Greenleaf with a good run on the outside. Greenleaf making it work. 31/100ths of a second at the line, the interval. That time by the stripe. But Keith Dross, the rookie out of Etna, in car number 74, fighting back on the low side. Greenleaf still holds the lead, but just about by a foot. Troubles for Kevin Sherman in the 11. Almost got run over by Kenny Harrison, but they all gather it back up. Sherman getting real loose, had to check up, and Harrison had to really get on the binders as they made contact down the back chute last time. Still wheel to wheel up front for the lead. Keith Drost on the low side, Greenleaf on the outside. Both drivers looking for their first career Super Street win. 10 laps to go at the stripe this time. Drost brings him up wide out of turn 4. Race director Scott Chabot telling him, give him some room on the outside. Greenleaf loses touch. Nick Morton coming up the inside to grab the spot away from his friend. Keith Drost was the winner of last year's Strictly Shootout. Looking to get that was his first street stock win here at Wiscasset. Now looking to get his first Super Street win. Best buddies with a little bumper tag going into turn number 1. Morton on the inside. Greenleaf still hanging tough on the high side. Brett Osmond's got a good seat for that one too in the number 50. And Bubba Pelton coming into the picture in the 27. Pelton holding down 5th. Greenleaf looks like he's got room to get down in front of Morton. Yanks on the wheel, but it gets loose on him. Couple of fast veterans coming up, sneaking up behind the top 5. Kenny Harrison in the 85. And Josh St. Clair, don't count out the 33. Again, Morton and Greenleaf double up side by side for second and third. Brett Osmond on the outside looking into the podium finish. Keith Drost starting to pull away. Comfortable 7/10 of a second lead. Brett Osmond gets sideways. Good save by Brett Osmond in the 50, but that scrambled some cars behind him. Bubba Pelton's going to try to make the outside work now. 2 laps to go. Drost in command. But a lot to be determined from second place back. Morton has got second. Greenleaf has got to protect third, but he's got to do it from the outside with the champion to his inside door. White Laundry is out. Osmond gets loose on entry once again. Final time down through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag ready to fly. Keith Drost will get the win. And look at that scramble to the line. Now trackside, Nick Huff's got your top 3 in Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane.
And we're going to have a chat with This guy, Keith Drost, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it. Whew. Keith, you might have thought that you might have had it at the last one, and then there was a big upset on the front stretch, so major redemption tonight, huh?
Sure was, yeah. A lot of fun. Good guys to race with also.
Yeah, it looked like you were having a lot of fun racing side by side with Greenleaf, and then, looked like he might have had a short run car, but then once you finally cleared, you checked out.
Yeah, it was running really good. Of course, McGinnis engines, that helps.
Anybody else you want to thank, Keith?
I got to thank Gil. It's always here helping me. Thank my wife for letting me do it. I got to thank Matt Begone. He's helped me a lot with setup. My sponsors, Idea Recycling. Special thanks to John McCarron, J&M Builders. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So special thanks to him.
All right, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Drost's first career Super Street win in his rookie season. And Nick Morton. Nick, how is that running side by side with one of your best friends?
It's pretty crazy, man. We've come a long way in these cars, and to be able to bang doors for podiums is pretty awesome. He was pinching me pretty hard. I was going to give him some crap if he wrecked us for a second, but congrats to Keith. That man, he's one of the good guys. He's been working hard. Happy he got one. He ran us clean. So much fun getting to race with one of your best friends, man. We do a lot of work on each other's cars. We have a lot of help, but when it comes to most nights, it's me and him working on each other's crap, so it's a lot of fun to be able to bring him to victory lane after that.
Yeah, before you got in the top three, you had to do some passing on the top side. How do you think the top side was feeling tonight?
I was on the top groove, and the thing was just sticking. And then I got to the bottom, and I couldn't get, there was not as much grip. Whatever they did, it worked. It was a lot of fun out there, a lot of work. I'm beat, but it was a lot of fun.
Any sponsors you want to thank, Nick?
Yeah, I thank Most Customs, my dad, TNL Automotive, Logan and Larry Melcher, Palmer's Property Care, GRH and Sun Storage, Ken York Inc., Henny Automotive, and Hilltop Collision.
All right, Nick Morton, ladies and gentlemen, another runner-up finish. And then Greenleaf. Speedleaf Greenleaf, that is. Again, I asked Nick, how is it running side by side with one of your best friends? And he said you were crowding a little bit, and you were trying to clear to get to the bottom. Is it a little bit different racing somebody like that than, somebody that's not such a close friend? Do you think that he'd cut you some slack if you tried to chop down?
No, I'll rough him up more than anybody. I have to work on it with him, and he has to work on mine. So that's the deal. It was a good race. We didn't wreck, so I just really was hoping for a caution. Those couple laps, I had my nose ahead of Keith, but I didn't get the break today. Hopefully the next race will be better.
All right, David, anybody you want to thank on the 58 ride?
I got to thank my family, Logan, for everything he does. I got to thank Primo Glass, Ward & Sons Construction, Good & You Fuel and Service, Apple Valley, Red's Eats, Napa Auto Parts, Just in Time Recreation, Shannon's Unshelled, and of course my work, Hawk Motors.
All right, David Greenleaf, everybody. Give him one more round of applause in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. Let's get these guys up in front of Keith's car for some top three photos.
Our drivers are here for tonight's Spotlight feature, and it is for the Brackets Market 4-Cylinder Pros. All right, folks, get settled in, and it is time to meet our starting lineup. And now our drivers, starting in the 7th position. In car number 19 from Winslow, welcome Chastity Shorty. In the 6th starting position, out of Winthrop, in car number 51, welcome Jacoby Thacker. In the 5th starting position is car number 117. He's a 2-time feature winner out of New Vineyard. Welcome, Josh Hall. Your point leader starts in the 4th position outside of row number 2. In the 7B out of Hartford, welcome Ben Burgess. To his inside, starting in the 3rd position, is your heat winner earlier tonight. In car number 77 out of West Bath, welcome Reed Reno. And up to the front row in the 2nd starting position, driving car number 70 out of Phillips, welcome Taylor Lane. And qualifying on the pole in car number 28 out of Dixmont, welcome Jack McKee. Folks, that's your starting lineup. Let's get our drivers strapped in and ready to race.
Drivers, start your engine!
Pace car is in. McKee and Taylor Lane ready to go. And we are off and running. Now there was a report that Jack McKee might be down a cylinder in that number 28, but so far looking strong as he pulls the field down to turn 3 and 4. Reed Reno trying to get down in line in front of Josh Hall, just able to do it. Hall settles for second. Ben Burgess moves up into the fourth spot, that is, in the 7B. Taylor Lane shuffled from the outside of the front row back to 5th. So far this season, it has been dominated by Reno, Hall, and Burgess, although Jack McKee's got himself a feature win in that 28. And so far, the young man looking strong. If he's underpowered, he's pedaling hard because he's got a few car lengths up already. Just turned the fast lap of the race, 17.38 seconds. That translates to just under 78 mile per hour average around this 3/8 mile track. And remember, probably 2/3 of the drivers in this class don't even have their driver's license yet. Taylor Lane loops it in turn 4. Chastity Shorty backs it up to the wall. A little bit of contact there as she tried to avoid the 70. It's McKee and Reno up on the front row. And this is where the problem may be starting to rear its head on that 28. Maybe he is, in fact, down a cylinder as it's starting to act up, and Jack McKee starting to drop down through the field. Reed Reno in charge, just like he was in the heat race. McKee will head down pit side, and his night is done. Now, Reno did a good job holding off the top two in the class over the heat race, but he's going to have to do it for twice as long now. Reed, the fourth generation of the Reno family to race here at Wiscasset Speedway. His dad, Nick Reno, his grandfather, Steve Reno, and his great-grandfather, the Hall of Famer, Lawrence Reno. Ben Burgess, a second-generation racer. His dad, Chris Burgess, races in our late models and in our super streets tonight. Reno keeping a little bit of distance between himself and Burgess, but these the 7 and the 117 known to come to life late in the race. Ben closes up a car length now as they near the halfway marker.
Big time defense mode happening right now. You can see Reed Reno, even on the straightaways, he's staying tucked down to the inside, keeping Burgess and Hall at bay.
Ben Burgess is a 4-time winner in that number 7 car, and Josh Hall, as we mentioned, a 2-time winner. They've taken their lion's share of the victories, but Reed Reno's been right there on the podium every week, and he is halfway to perhaps what could be his first career win. This is just his second year in the 4-cylinder pros. Unfortunately, ran a couple races over the minimum to be able to qualify for Rookie of the Year status, but he has certainly made a mark on this division. As I mentioned, being the only driver left here at Wiscasset Speedway that has finished on the podium in every one of his races. Josh Hall, a couple of times, has taken a peek on the outside of Ben Burgess, waiting to see if he can throw together a good run and make that traction compound work up on the high side. You got to trust it. Keith Drost got his first win tonight. Could Reed Reno get his? Jacoby Thacker doing a good job in the 51, running his own race. Locked into fourth right now as the girls give chase in the 70 and the 19. Josh Hall starting to trust that outside a little more, but then tucks it back in behind Burgess. Reno keeps him at bay, about a car length and a half, which isn't much with these little machines. Next time by, it'll be 5 laps to go. Is Ben Burgess saving anything? Could Burgess nail down his 5th win of the season and extend his point lead over Josh Hall? They were separated by just 2 points coming into the weekend, one of the tightest points battles here at Wiscasset Speedway. Hall looking outside again as Burgess tucks it in under the rear bumper of the 77. Reed Reno, following the lessons of his dad, Nick Reno, he knows when the pay window opens, you got to protect that bottom side. If you're going to get beat, make them do it around the outside, so you start to back up those corners a little bit and slow it down. 2 laps to go this time by. Ben Burgess, right on cue, jumps up to the outside, but again tucks it in behind Reno. White Laundry ready to fly this time by. Burgess tugs on the wheel to the left, but can't get a run. 1 lap to go. Reno, Burgess, and Hall, 1, 2, and 3. Josh Hall sneaking down low, takes a look to the inside of Burgess. Burgess has got to protect that spot. Reno's going to run away with the win. This kid right here was racing go-karts just a year ago. And now he is a winner here at Wiscasset Speedway. Let's send things trackside. Nick Huff's got your top 3, and we love first-time winners here at Wiscasset.
Yeah, what a nail-biter race that was. Keeping the fans on the edge of their seat. These guys getting as close as possible without getting into each other, and they all did a fine job at racing each other clean. So we're off to a good start, Ken, with first winners tonight. Let's keep the ball rolling. First winners for the first 2 features, and I think we got 3 more features to go. All right, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Reed Reno, let him hear you make some noise. Getting a big old bear hug from old dad Nick. All right. Reed Reno, every single week you've been in the top 3. I'm sure you're getting sick of seconds and thirds. You finally did it.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
He's so happy. And Reed, at the beginning of the season, I saw you make some mistakes. You know, if Burgess was that close to your bumper, I saw you do some wobbles and get out of the racing line. But tonight, you did not make a single mistake in that race. You stayed glued right down to the curb, and you are really improving in racing for sure.
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
All right. Hey, I'm trying to help you out here. Come on, give me something to work with. Who do you want to thank for sponsors?
My mom, dad, my cousin Parker, Nate, my aunt, Minko's Excavation, Creative Play Child, Carolina's Excavation, Bob Berry Concrete, 3 Bonds Boatwork, AAA Northern New England, Marty on Sun Painting, JBRH Excavation and Concrete, DAR Construction.
All right. One of the Burgess crew members there, he just came up to the window and said, I need my money back. What was that all about?
I was just messing around with him. I was saying, never mind.
What is this, like bets? He's under 18, he can't be betting. Is that what we're doing here? All right, Ben Burgess, nice second place run. You raced Reed really clean. You got right up tight on the back bumper, probably hoping to maybe intimidate him a little bit, shake him off the inside.
Yep, just trying to stay in that mirror, waiting for a mistake, but didn't want to give up the bottom too much, so. Yeah, it was a fun one. All three of us raced pretty clean the whole time.
And Ben still maintaining that points lead in the standings. I think you went into it 2 points up. You got a couple more on Josh Hall tonight. Good run. Who do you want to thank on the 7?
My cousin Cole, he helps a ton. My grandfather, my dad, my grandmother, my mom, everyone that helps.
All right, nice run, Ben Burgess, maintaining the championship hunt. And Josh Hall, you were the only one that was really, really trying to make the outside work, probably because you had nobody behind you, you had nothing to lose, and you just couldn't make it work out there?
No, car was just loose enough that it was too loose on the outside and couldn't get nothing done up there, so whatever.
All right, who do you want to thank, Josh?
I'd like to thank Marina Cook Custodial Crew, Barnyard Automotive, Troy Bean Trucking, Leighton Legacy Builders, Wooden Sons, Coastal Race Fabrication, Driven Transportation, and also congrats to Reed Reno on his first win.
All right, you heard it from Josh. Congratulations, Reed Reno. Let's get you guys up here in front of the old number 77 ride and get some top 3 photos in Coastal Auto Parts, Napa, Victory Lane. Back to you, Ken.
Yeah, and I want to call out one guy standing right beside our race winner. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for Maine Motorsports Hall of Famer, Wiscasset Speedway Hall of Famer, Lawrence Reno. Reed's great-grandfather, so congrats to the family down there and all our trophy winners. Let's get ready to roll out the Norm's Used Cars Pro Stocks.
A stout field of 14 Pro Stocks ready to do battle, this time across the stripe. We're going green for 40 laps. Nick Calvert picked up the heat race win. Oh, and down the back chute, got a little sketchy there. Gilbert got a little sideways in front of Miller Buzzell, and Dan McKeag Jr. goes around. That one started toward the front. I think it was in row 2 or 3, that is. Andy Gilbert got sideways on the inside, and a bit of a chain reaction. Bounced all the way back to Dan McKeag Jr.
Lead pair remain the same, but they've switched sides. Colby and Calvert. Charlie Colby got a big jump on that one. Actually, maybe too big of a jump. Race control did not like that one.
Yeah, they're supposed to wait till the green flag waves, and Colby definitely did not on that one. Nate Sennett was not waving the green flag when Colby took off, and so we hold the entire front row accountable for each other, so both Calvert and Colby go back a row now.
Here we go. Green flag is out. Wright and Gilbert remain side by side. Charlie Colby settles into third with Calvert back to fourth. David Getchell in the 88 drops out of line and drops anchor all the way to the back of the field. And Colby regains second. Andy Gilbert hanging strong on the high side. Good job for the rookie in car number 17. And here comes some heavy hitters working their way into the top 5. Josh St. Clair outside of Calvert puts St. Clair into fourth. Kevin Douglas waiting for his turn. Douglas waiting for the low side to open up, but it hasn't done that yet. He's going to have to jump out wide and race outside of Nick Calvert. Josh St. Clair looking to extend an incredible streak. We'll hopefully be able to tell you more about in Victory Lane. Here comes Douglas out around Andy Gilbert. Patiently picking that number 18 car up into the 4th position. St. Clair able to get down. He and Colby make contact into turn number 1. Colby hangs onto it, settles into 3rd, trying to protect that spot over Kevin Douglas. Point leader Josh St. Clair looking to extend that cushion and possibly nail down his 2nd career Pro Stock title at the end of the season. There goes Kevin Douglas out around Charlie Colby. Put the 18 car into 3rd. Your reigning champ has a podium spot secured. St. Clair has a wheel up alongside Jamie Wright. That's for the lead as they come through 3 and 4, side by side. Josh St. Clair overpowers Jamie Wright heading down into turn number 3. David Getchell taps out and heads down pit road. St. Clair finally clears the 84 and starts to pull away. Wright in 2nd, Douglas 3rd, Colby 4th. Side-by-side battle for 5th. Andy Gilbert and Nick Calvert. That's a full straightaway back behind Charlie Colby. And Nick Calvert will complete the pass and move himself into the top 5. Gilbert slips back to 6th. Back behind them, a good side-by-side battle for 7th and 8th between Dan McCaig Jr. and Nick Hinckley. St. Clair pulling away a little bit. Things tightening up now in that battle for 2nd and 3rd between Jamie Wright and Kevin Douglas. Douglas peeking down low on that 84 car. Can't get a run to the inside. Wright showing him just a little bit of the bottom side of the racetrack. Not sure if Douglas is baiting him into slowing down on that low side and then spring a move on him up on the high side to try to pass him. Looking up there right now as they go down the back chute. Halfway this time. 20 laps down, 20 laps to go. Kevin Douglas, inch by inch, working his way around the high side of Jamie Wright. Finally completes the pass as they get down to turn 1. Put the 18 car into 2nd, and we'll see if he's able to chase down St. Clair. Both drivers running 15.3s last time by. But St. Clair's going to work his way around the 18 ME of Miller Buzzell. Douglas was 0.2 faster across the line that time. But now he has to race around Buzzell in the 18 ME. Jamie Wright all alone in third. No worries around him. He's a straightaway ahead of the 72 of Charlie Colby. Again, Kevin Douglas, once again, 0.2 faster than Josh St. Clair in car number 14. Will Collins steps up aside to let the leaders race through. Once again, Douglas is the faster of the two. He's starting to turn things up, and that yellow number 14 getting a little bit bigger in the windshield. He's within 3 car lengths now, and still got a ways to go. David Getchell still sounding like he's got motor issues. Will Collins looks like he's going to call it a day. Now Andy Gilbert gets up out of the way to let Logan Melcher, Dan McCaig, and Nick Hinckley all race by. That's going to drop Gilbert back about 3 more positions outside the top 10. Pair of champions, the last 2 champions in this division, ready to mix it up in the final laps. St. Clair is a one-time winner. Douglas is the only repeat winner in this division. And here they go. Douglas looking on the high side. Wheel to wheel as they get into turn 3. St. Clair gets loose. He tries to pedal it all the way out of turn number 4. Keeps it going and gives up the lead and second place. That'll drop him down into third. There have been 7 different winners this season in 8 races. Kevin Douglas looking to make it win number 3 on the season and tighten up that points battle as he comes into the weekend 3rd in points. Lead trio looks solid. Charlie Colby still all alone in the 3rd spot. 4th spot, that is, for the 72. Then comes Nick Calvert in the 07. Calvert has actually closed in a little bit on Colby. Nick running in the 5th position. Laps winding down inside the final 2. 2 laps to go. White laundry flies for Kevin Douglas. Final time through turn 3 and 4. Checkers ready to fly. Douglas will get the win. The 18 rolls the checkers right to the victory lane sign, and that means we got to send things trackside once again. Nick Huff's got your top 3.
Kevin Douglas, obviously happy to be back on top with a little Smoky Donut show. Hey, you messed up the start-finish line, Kevin. All right, folks, here he is, Kevin Douglas. Let him hear it. Kevin, how you feeling?
Tired.
All right, how's the top side working tonight? things work according to plan?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to have some grip up there. I don't know, getting in the corner, you wash up a little bit, but then center off, it seemed to have a ton of grip. So I think what they're doing helps. I think it'll make for more side-by-side racing. I mean, you saw in the Super Street race, they were side-by-side the whole race. So I think it's good. It's a step in the right direction for them.
All right, then the next question. When Josh just about lost it on your inside, did you know that was going on?
Oh, he got into my door, but I think he was trying to stay off me, and and that ended up spinning him out. We were just kind of fighting for the same real estate. It's the way it goes. I mean, it's I want to win it like that, but it happens. It's just racing.
No, but the reason I ask is because you probably were expecting a caution after that, and then did your spotter fill you in on what was going on?
No, not really. He just said still green, so I don't know what was going on after that, but I was just eyes forward. So.
All right, Kevin, who do you want to thank on the 18 ride?
Man, Rich and Vanessa, everything they've done for me. They're awesome people, and I wouldn't have this opportunity without them, so I really need to thank them. I've got family here. Thank you for all them coming up and watching. Thank my buddy Barry Poulin, filling in, spotting tonight, did a hell of a job. And just all you fans, you guys are awesome. I'm going to miss this.
All right, Kevin Douglas, ladies and gentlemen, back on top in the Pro Stocks. And then Jamie Wright, glad to see you here in Victory Lane, my man.
Thank you. It's been a little while since I've been back here.
How long has it been?
Last year. I think the Boss Hog, actually. Last year.
We're glad to have you back. I know, would you have an injury or a health issue, and we're glad to have you back here?
Yeah, I had some medical problems, but I'm just glad to be back in the car and return to normal.
Yeah, and then going to the same situation with Kevin, when you saw Josh having that happen, did you think a caution was probably going to be coming out?
I was really hoping a caution was coming out, but I was really worried about Josh coming back up onto the track, and I don't know who was on the outside of me, but I was worried about a big pile-up happening, but no, I was really hoping for a caution, and it just didn't come. Glad he kept the hammer down, though.
Yes, certainly. Hats off to him, keeping it green. Who do you want to thank on the 84 ride?
I got to thank my girlfriend Lydia, Amanda, my dad, Joey, Herb, Timmy. Timmy's come such a long way. I can trust him with anything on this thing. I really have to thank Bath Electrical Service and Gilman Electrical Supplies. They really helped me out a lot. And I'm sure, Gerald. I can't forget Gerald. He helps each week. I can't do it without all of them.
All right, Jamie Wright with runner-up honors tonight, folks. And Joshua. All right, what happened? You run out of talent?
Run out of talent. I'm running out of talent these days. I don't know. I can't close the deal. Maybe I drive too hard. I don't know what the problem is. Just can't finish the things. I made 3 adjustments from the heat to the feature, and there's probably too many. Tightened it up way too much. I was just parking it in the center, and Kevin was way faster. So I hate to lose him. I'm a poor loser. This sounds depressing, doesn't it? No, I got to thank Dave's World, Wentworth Family Grocery, Main Country and Coast, M&S Painting, Duval's. There's a whole pile of people that helped me, and we're going to go test our luck out down to Lee tomorrow and see if I can do something there.
Yeah, well, but you still have a Super Street feature coming up. Hopefully that's not a depressing interview.
Yeah, I hope not. I did a few changes to that too, so maybe I should go back half of it up. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know in the next 30 laps or so.
Okay, we'll see you then. Josh St. Clair, ladies and gentlemen, get you guys up here in front of Kevin Douglas's car for some top 3 photos in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane.
Let's go racing. Thunder 4's going out of the regular 25-lap distance tonight. Fletcher and Jocelyn up on the front. Now Gunnar Jocelyn came just a lap and a half short of his first career win 2 weeks ago. Had an electrical failure as they took the 2-to-go sign and ended up giving away his first win. Looking to seal the deal tonight, and he's off to a big lead already. Fletcher and Austin side by side for second. Then comes Mike Landry in the 89 running in fourth. And Mickey Landry Jr. running in the fifth position. We've already had 2 first-time winners tonight at Wiscasset Speedway. We would love to get a third. Gunnar Jocelyn showing the way. Ricky Austin doing a good job on the outside there in the number 42. That's a car he's had to rebuild 2 or 3 times this year after a couple of wrecks here and at a couple other tracks as well. Gunnar Jocelyn just turned the fast lap, 18.78 seconds. It's a 72 mile per hour average around this track. Donnie Fletcher definitely turning his program around in that number 88D. Looking to get his first top 5, let alone first podium. Shane Weber boots his teammate Mickey Landry out of line and says, "I need to go, son." Landry drops a couple spots as the Squirrel moves up into 5th. Mike Landry, a couple of cars together on the backstretch. One of them, Ryan Stillwell. Brody Badeau spins around, and Mickey Landry Jr. in the 7. First 9 laps in the books. Donnie Fletcher got quite a jump, but Gunnar Jocelyn rebounds nicely, reclaims the lead as they go down to turn 3. Side by side for the second spot. Fletcher on the outside in the 88D and Mike Landry in the 89. Couple of the division's top drivers starting to come into the picture. Shane Weber is there in the 7 looking to break into the top 3, and he's bringing the point leader and top winner in the class, Zach Audette. Audette in the top 5 now. Weber trying to sneak by the 89. They'll go wheel to wheel into turn number 3. And we're hitting the halfway marker, this time by the line. Weber moves into second. Landry still holding third, but Audette looking to pounce to take that away. Audette looking down low, maybe 3 wide into turn 3. Audette backs out of it. Landry fighting the handling on that 89 car all the way down the front stretch. Loses 1, possibly 2 positions in the process. This time by 10 laps to go. Gunnar Jocelyn was in this exact situation 2 weeks ago and suffered an electrical malfunction on that number 25 car as they took the 2 to go signal. Mike Landry going for a ride down in the grass into turn 3 and turn 4. And we got Brody Badeau that spun down to the bottom of turn number 2. Brody Badeau involved in his second caution of the race. As we get set to go, 16 complete, 9 to go. Audette pushing the 25 car through turn 1 and 2, but Weber takes the lead. Shane Weber not going to cut his teammate a break. Jocelyn's going to have to chase him through turn 3 and 4. Shane Weber, the defending Thunder 4 Mini champion. He's been a 2-time winner already this year, looking for win number 3. Zach Audette using that extra grip on the high side and as much real estate as he can find up on the outside of Gunnar Jocelyn. Audette's been a 3-time winner this year. Weber a 2-time winner. One guy that's been a little bit quiet in this race is Derek Cook in the 88C. Cook coming into the weekend second in points, but running in 5th right now with 5 laps to go. Gunnar Jocelyn still in position to perhaps grab his career best finish, which would be second. Once again, Audette beats him at the line by 49 100ths of a second. Jocelyn's career best up to now has been a third. Brody Badeau will head down pit road as flagman Nate Sennett will give him 2 laps to go with the stripe this time. Shane Weber is in charge, but we've got a good race there for second and third. Jocelyn down low in the 25. Audette high in the number 19. Exit off turn 4 has made the difference for the 25. Can he nail down a career best finish? Final run down through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag is ready. Shane Weber will take the win. Let's send things trackside at Victory Lane. Once again, Nick Huff's got your top 3.
Yeah, thank you, Ken. And once again, make sure to support the sponsors that support these classes. The Thunder 4s are brought to you each and every week by Sweats Concrete. Thank you to Spencer Sweat and the family for their support of the Thunder 4 class. There he is, folks. Shane Weber. Another win on the season. And Shane, certainly like to capitalize off that restart, didn't you?
Yeah, he caught me back up. I didn't expect that he was running away from it there. I was catching him. Macau was getting better and better. After that last caution, it was right there. I was like, I had to lay back a little bit because I had a brand new tire. I let Adriana Dodge take it out because she had troubles in her car, so I let her try it out. She might be changing flavors. So, but anyway, it went good. I'm glad to be here. I like to see Gunnar win it, but I was outside. I had to give him what I had. As Zach was right there, he was in my mirror the whole day. So,
yeah, Shane, what'd you think of the outside groove tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I swapped over a little bit. I changed a few things last few races. I'm trying something different on my tires, and I don't know. I mean, they said they did help a little bit. There was definitely some more grip out there, but I mean, it's been paying to run a brand new tire. Good rubber goes the distance. I'm having issues over at Oxford a lot, so every race I put a brand new tire to the right front. Whether it pays off or it don't, it's the gamble we have.
All right, Shane. Anybody you want to thank for sponsors on the 7 ride?
Yeah, I do. I got Village Market, New Vineyard, Main Timber Mats, New Portland, Q's Cannabis, our Village. I've already said Village Market. Of Carson's Trucking. There's probably more. I got Mickey that helps me. Cuts my tires. Cambridge for speed. He cuts mine. Gunners. Several others. He's growing, but he's just getting going. Glad to be here.
All right, Shane, catch your breath. One more time, Shane Weber with the win tonight, everybody. And Gunnar Jocelyn. Ken said that this is matching your this is your career best run, I think. Yeah, you've gotten thirds before.
Yep.
Congratulations on now your new career best with a second place run. And geez, in the first half, you probably thought you had it though.
It was close. I needed it to go green the whole way. I think I'd have had him, but oh well. If I gotta lose one guy, it'll be that guy right there. He's the whole reason this thing came back. It's got half his parts on it from his collection, and you know, I gotta thank everybody that helps. Got it back here after the wreck, so.
It looked like you had a good time racing side by side with Zach. That was a good spirited battle.
If you finish in between these two guys, you're doing something right. So.
Certainly. Gunnar, any other sponsors you want to thank on the 25?
Glenn's Garage, Cambridge Speed, Mickey Landry cuts my tires. Got to thank him. Shane, all he does for me. My girlfriend Katie. Everybody that helps out, gets the car here, gets us to where we are.
All right, Gunnar Jocelyn, career best run at Wiscasset Speedway. And Zach Audette, man, you really put the work into the outside of him, but what did you think of the outside tonight?
Oh, this is the best the track's been in probably years. I mean, I told these guys today when we come out of the first practice, I said, no, they put sticky stuff on the outside. This ought to be interesting. But I freed it up a little too much because it was a little tight in the heat race, but I freed it up a little too much. I mean, congrats to Shane and Gunnar. I mean, it's been a good season, so I can't wait.
All right, any quick sponsors on the 19?
I want to thank my wife, my entire crew, Kyle. I mean, without them guys, we wouldn't be here, so it's a pretty busy shop. So.
All right, Zach Audette rounds out the top three for the Sweats Concrete Thunder 4 Minis. We'll get them in front of Shane Weber's car for some top three photos and wrap up Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. We got one more to go. It's time for Super Streets, feature number 2.
Green flag is out. Yeah, your top three from the first race of the night back there in the pack. Keith Drost, Nick Morton, and David Greenleaf. 30 laps again, the distance for the Super Streets. Super Streets hustling down to turn 3 and 4. This class has remained solid through the 2023 season. A lot of great side-by-side action and some of the toughest racing you'll find here at Wiscasset Speedway. Late model power with treaded street stock tires make these cars quite a handful to get around this 3/8 mile banked oval. Kevin Sherman, he's a former champion, but it's been a while. We got a couple cars together up at the top of turn 3.
Somebody took a hard lick to the top of turn 2. Kind of started at the scoring pylon and continued to drag the car all the way down to where he is now. Saw the tire go missing off the right side.
Yeah, it's Michael Harrison in the 85X making his Wiscasset debut this season. Michael, a former Super Street champion, and actually Thunder 4 champion here at Wiscasset as well, but had gone up the road to race at Oxford for the first 2/3 of this season and decided to come back home, and tough way to end his night tonight, but ends up putting it in the concrete over there in turn number 3 and the mandatory red flag. We'll try to get your word on our driver and everything up there in just a moment. All right, initial reports are Mike is alert and talking to the safety crew, got the wind knocked out of him, no doubt, and giving him the time necessary to get up out of the car once he's able to catch his breath. Morris Young, one of only a couple of repeat winners in this division, another class that has seen 6 different winners. Oh, we got a car scraping the wall in the backstretch. Yeah, it looked like the 72 of Mark Lucas scraping it down the backstretch, and I think Landon Tapley might have panicked or maybe even cut down a tire as he ended up following the 72 up against the wall, and he's come to a rest up there at the top of turn number 3. Morris Young drives around Kevin Sherman into turn 1 and takes the lead. Morris already a 2-time winner this year. Sherman settles it down into second. James Osmond with a wad of cars giving chase to him. Osmond running third. Holding off the number 50 of his son, Brett Osmond. Noah Haggett there in the picture as well. Bubba Pelton and Kenny Harrison. Sherman applying the pressure on the race leader. Right to Morris Young's back bumper, settles it back in behind. Now father and son go at it side by side for the third position. Brett Osmond on the low side, James Osmond on the high side. Both former champions. It looks like Brett's going to get the best of him and take over third. That'll put the 05 back into fourth. Noah Haggett still holds fifth. He's just ahead of the number 33, Josh St. Clair, on the outside of the top 5, but looking outside of Haggett. Bubba Pelton coming into the picture as well. A couple of guys trying to crack the top 5 here toward the middle stanza of the race. Nobody trying that outside, so St. Clair will be happy to do it. Working on the outside of Noah Haggett. Pelton will keep the low side covered, so St. Clair's going to have to stay out there. In the meantime, here comes Brett Osmond setting up shop on the outside of Kevin Sherman. And we get a spin over there in the middle of turn 4. That's the number 1 of Jeff Davis, right in front of the leaders as they come out of turn 4. They bring out the third caution of the race. Here we go, ready to get back at it. Young overpowers Sherman once again. This time he'll bring the 50 of Brett Osmond with him up in a second. Noah Haggett trying to get a bite out of the top 3 and keep Sherman pinned to the outside as they come through 3 and 4. Osmond puts the bumper to Morris Young coming out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. Big Mo holding strong on the low side. Osmond now sets up shop on the high side. He has shown on several occasions that he is one of the few drivers that loves that outside lane and not afraid to use it. 15 down, 15 to go. Noah Haggett has raced his way up into the third spot. Bubba Pelton has followed his way into fourth. Pelton now in the top 5 and moving forward. Kevin Sherman had started that last restart in second. He's fallen 5 positions back into the 7th position as he chases Josh St. Clair in the 33. Now Brett Osmond will see what kind of tricks he has for the wily veteran Morris Young. Young will make him earn it around the high side. Brett's been a winner. Young has been a two-time winner. As I said, 6 different winners in 8 races. Check that, 7 different winners in this class. As Young is the only repeat winner. Inside the final 10, Osmond gets a fender underneath Young, and they'll make contact into the turn. And they are scattering up into turn number 3. Osmond had a fender underneath him. Young tried to close the door. Let's go racing once again. Side by side down to turn 3 and 4. Haggett and Pelton 1-2. Kenny Harrison from deep in the field. Harrison in the 85. Harrison has worked his way into the 3rd position. Ready to grab 2nd. Kenny started this race back in 12th, and he is up to 2nd on the inside of Bubba Pelton. Couple Super Street veterans going at it for 2nd and 3rd. And just when you thought you wouldn't see him, Josh St. Clair in the picture now in the 33 car. He runs in 4th, just ahead of Kevin Sherman. They'll have 5 laps to go with the stripe next time by. 5 to go for Noah Haggett, looking to get his 2nd win in as many weeks. Nick Morton, something going amiss on the 00. That's your 2nd place point man. And he will take a big hit in the points by dropping out of this one early. Looks like he will be credited with a 16th place finish. Brett Osmond drops out too. Brett 3rd, 5th in points coming into the weekend. We've got 2 laps to go this time by. Pelton looking on the outside of Noah Haggett with 1 lap to go this time by. We are heading down into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is ready to go. Noah Haggett will get the win. All right, one final time. Let's go down to Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane with Nick Huff in your top 3.
And let him hear it, folks. Noah Haggett, win number 2 in the last 3 races. Wow, Noah, when you won a couple weeks ago, I bet you didn't know that the 2nd win would come this soon.
Yeah, no, we were on old tires the last race, and I honestly wasn't even that confident going into the day, and went pretty good, and we won, and then we put on new tires. The first race, we started in the back and made our way through as much as I could, and then this race started a little further up and got the win.
You got a little damage on the right rear. Did you hit the concrete just a little bit?
Yeah, I did, like 5th lap in. I got too tight out of the corner and then lost it a little bit and scraped the wall, but I wasn't too confident after that, but it seemed to work.
She didn't hurt it any?
No, it went better, I think.
All right, Noah, who do you want to thank for sponsors on the 54 ride?
I got to thank K&A Property Services, Laid Back Lumber, the Cubbyhole Sports Pub, Red's Eats, Ace Well Service, Napa, Ideal Portable Toilets, Coastal Automotive and Welding, Tom Cost, and I got to thank my dad and everyone who helps in the pits, Greg, Ryan, and yeah, thank you.
Noah Haggett, win number 2 of the season. And how about Bubba Pelton? Took a week off. We're glad to have you back, Bubba, and I'm sure you're pretty happy with this result.
Yeah, it turned out all right. Haven't had the greatest luck up here this year. I guess that's the sophomore thing, but we'll take it. Just keep picking away. We'll get one, hopefully.
Yeah, what do you think? You were trying slowly but surely to work on Noah. You think maybe a few more laps you could have made the top side work?
Yeah, I don't know. This car goes better the longer you run it, but I don't think there's enough laps left. We need like a 50 or 75. That might have worked.
All right, nice run, Bubba. Anybody you want to thank for sponsors on the 27 ride?
Oh, yeah, the Davis Erector Group. I got some people that work with me here. Glad to have them. Zach Out Construction, Dave, his wife Terry, my wife, daughter Timmy. There's not a whole bunch of us, but we make it happen. I appreciate all their help. Thank you.
All right, Bubba Pelton, glad to have you back at Wiscasset Speedway with a solid runner-up finish. And then we got Kenny Harrison. Well, first off, sorry about Michael. I hope that...
I didn't hear. I hope he's all right. No,
Well-
that looked a pretty hard hit to me.
Yeah, you'll survey the damage when you get in the pits, but hopefully that car will live to see another day. But, it's junk we hear. So, but hey, for your run, coming out of the final corner, you almost snuck it in there. It was only determined by a couple hundredths of a second.
I know. I mean, Bubba, me and him are best friends. We grew up together since we've been in diapers, and man, that's twice across the finish line. We've been broadside, and the car was good all night. Just a little bit loose, about 10 laps into it each feature, but not bad enough. So the outside, I could hang on there for a little bit, and the inside, it was good. And I was pretty content with third. So this to me is a win. And I want to thank my car owner, Ken Farley and Roxy. Pete does my tires, Pete Farley. I thank my crew. I can thank Michael, and I got Big Daddy E. I got Kendra. I got Big Mike. I got my wife Susan, my mother and father down here from out West Forks. Got Dana Wallace roofing and siding on the car. Got Curtis on Yard Care, and Ken Farley. He gets this thing rolling, and I just drive it.
All right, nice run coming home in the top 3. Glad to have you back, Kenny, as well. And that'll do it for the final Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane of the evening. One more time. One more round of applause for this Super Street feature number 2, top 3. Noah Haggett with his second win in 3 races. And what's better than short track lights on Saturday nights? Ken, why don't you take us home safe?
All right, yeah, we love it, Nick. Thank you very much for all your hard work down there in Victory Lane tonight. Congrats to all our winners, and hope you guys had a good time here on another summer evening here at Maine's Biggest and Fastest. Don't forget, Fan Appreciation Night next Saturday. Bring those bikes, bring those pens for autographs, and have a good time with us once again. On behalf of Richard and Vanessa Jordan and the entire staff here at Wiscasset Speedway, have a great rest of your evening, and please travel safely. We'll see you then.